episode of What You Did Not Know. I'm your host, Marcus Bethay, the owner of C3 Wellness, here with our lead acupuncturist, Dr. Orman.
Hello, everybody.
All right, we're going to kick off this episode with talking about a service that we brought on recently, and that service is chiropractic services. So as we consider ourselves complete comprehensive care, which is what the C3 stand for, we thought that this modality will complete all of our holistic services to where we can provide everything from muscles to tissue to now bone services to help get you to that wellness point. So with that being said, Dr. Orman, can you kind of give us your background and some
Sure.
of your information on that?
Well, I'm not a chiropractor. I did stay at a Holiday Inn once. That was just too easy. Chiropractic, actually, there's a fair amount of, a little bit of overlap, at least in terms of the philosophy. Actually, it could trace its roots back to what was called then Oriental medicine. And there is a particular method called Tuina, which translates as bone setting. And so the name sort of implies adjusting the structural aspect of things. So it's not a very harsh type of the cracking, that type of that you see in some places. And my understanding is our chiropractor here does not do that type, more of a gentle type, which originates from there. So you have loosening up the muscle, which allows the structure to go into place. And it's kind of interesting because when the structure is out of place, the electrical flow of the body does not respond properly. And that's when a person feels like, I'm okay, but something's off, and maybe I didn't get enough sleep, or maybe. And a lot of times when you set the alignment with the body in alignment, it will then correct itself. There are also some peculiar things that not only chiropractors do, we also do, is align the ankles and align help align the cervical area. Sometimes stretching will do that, and the body in its infinite wisdom knows how to go into place. The ankles, you want to hear a weird one? This was back in South Florida at a clinic that I first started in, and I had learned how to do simple ankle adjustments. I'm thinking, what am I going to do in ankle adjustments? Nobody comes in and says, oh, my ankle bothers me. But ankle, the meridian, the pathway actually goes up into it starts near the eyes and kind of goes down on the back and finishes at the foot and crosses by the ankle. And sometimes when hearing is reduced for no known reason, erase that, for no obvious reason. So it's not as if there's been an accident or they worked at a jackhammer for 20 years or something that you can trace, oh, that's why. Sometimes when the ankle goes out of place, it will affect things such as hearing. And you do a little pop, and often the pop, you can teach people, make a fist, put it on the ankle, the heel I should say, grab here, and just pop. And sometimes you'll hear a pop like that. Does not hurt at all, but it will be a huge help, not only sometimes for hearing, but also the puppets, you've seen puppets, and you grab the one string and it all comes into place. There's a debate in chiropractic. They say from the ground, if you get the ground up, it works. And then there's the other side of it, say, no, if you get the head, it'll work downward. And when debates go on for years or centuries in some cases, the answer is yes, you address whichever one you want to address or whichever one is obvious, it will help.
Makes sense.
And then the other aspect, the overlap, is that each vertebrae correlates with a particular organ. So for example, the seventh thoracic correlates with the liver. So if a person has some liver issues and maybe they're taking things and it's helping but not quite, or they're doing some treatments and they're kind of getting inconsistent results, sometimes when you put the seventh thoracic back into place, into alignment, you will in fact get improvement with that organ. So not only will you feel better, back-wise, mid-back-wise, but vision can improve. Or if a person's having a difficulty with anger, frustration, depression, that can help be alleviated. Or on the flip side of it is think of a coin, and on the one side, I hate to use positive and negative, but for lack of a better term, we'll call it that.
Okay.
The negative emotions I mentioned, anger, frustration, depression. But the flip side is creativity. So you can make a really strong argument to increase creativity. Make sure your seventh cervical is in place. I keep saying cervical. Seventh thoracic is in place.
But no, that's great information to know. And I mean, listening to you talk, it kind of sounds like, everybody that's into holistic health or whatever understands the chakras and the alignment need to be perfect. So not only does chiropractic services sound like it kind of help with that, it kind of also goes with helping with acupuncture when it comes to the needle insertion and making sure that everything goes along with the meridian points that you guys work on. So it's kind of like a happy marriage, so to speak.
Yeah, 1 + 1 = 3. The whole greater than the sum. And then other aspects. The fourth cervical often correlates with sugar. So people who have issues with hypoglycemia or hyperglycemia, making sure that particular vertebrae is in alignment. How many of us are driving a car and you reach? And then next thing you know, oh, my back, it's really not the back, it's what's called a rib torque, which means the ribs are out of place.
Oh, wow.
Enough to be, something's uncomfortable. And there are simple things that chiropractors can do, painless things, and like I said, simple things to put the rib cage in alignment, which will then wrap around to the back and keep that in alignment as well.
Okay.
So it's not always just crack on the back. You have the ribs, you have hip alignment.
Correct.
There's sometimes when the hips, if I'm going to exaggerate, say the right side of the hip is too high and the left side is too low. So you have the pelvis that's tilted like that. You can get sneakers and put sneakers below the one side of the hip and above where the high portion is, and lay on the ground for about 3-4 minutes, and that will slowly move things into place as well.
Now, does it also help drastically with sciatic pain? Because I know we have a lot of people that experience that coming in for a massage. So this chiropractic services will kind of also help with that?
Sure. Whenever you have any type of misalignment or compression, compression is we don't like that. We like space. And so chiropractors can certainly help with compression or decompression. They can help create the space, which will then have an effect on the muscles, which our massage therapists are exceptional. Underline that word, in terms of assisting the body with that. And then things like acupuncture, nutrition, herbal medicine can help support it as well. So you're coming at it like, the strongest geometric shape in the world is a triangle. And so from a treatment standpoint, you have structural alignment, you have energetic alignment, then you have musculo alignment. And when all three are working together, that's when I'm the king or queen of the world, so to speak.
Okay. And that is why we're complete comprehensive care. So make sure that you guys look out for that chiropractic services with our Dr. Eliza Stewart here at C3 Wellness. And that concludes our episode of What You Did Not Know. I'm your host, Marcus Bethay, here with our lead acupuncturist, Dr. Orman. Make sure that you follow us on our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, take care.